Hello everyone, this is here and today we are going to create this hover affected button, and I've made it by using HTML and CSS. Let me move my mouse over. You can see that the frame has a nice shadow of black color, but when I hover over the mouse here I can get the blue color, and when I hover over the mouse over the button affects in a very nice way. It interchange with the background. So I hope that you guys will like this video, and all this is done with HTML and CSS. So let's move on to the editor and start coding for this. I'm using VS Code editor, and I've already created a folder on my desktop which is tutorial, and inside that folder I would like to create another folder actually, and I want to name it hover button. And within this folder I would like to have a file here, and this file would be index.html. I mistook here. Let me correct my mistake. So index.html. Okay, now I would like to go with another file which would be main.css, and let's start coding. If you guys know, or if you guys are following me, then you know that I'm using Emmet extension. So here I'm going to use the Emmet extension, and I have a HTML5 basic template. Now here I want to say hover button. The title is the hover button, and let me link my style sheet here. So related to style sheet, and then I would like to mention the link here, and the link is main.css, and I'm sure that my style sheet is attached. So here first of all let's have a markup, and for this I'm going to have a division here, assigning it a class, and the class name is frame. And within this frame I would like to have another division with the class of button, and within this button I would like to have a paragraph tag, and I'm just saying hover effect. Let me save it. Let's move on to the browser and see that what's going on. Let me use my live server, and here we go. So we have just a paragraph tag element which is hover effect, and we have to create this frame and this button. So let's move on to the editor and start styling this. And for this, first of all I would like to have my frame class here, and I would like to go with the position, and this time I would like to go with the absolute position, not with the relative one. Absolute. Okay, I'm sure that I mistook it within the spelling, so let me correct my spelling mistakes. Okay, now I would like to go with the top of 50%, left again would be 50%, width would be 400 pixels, and then height would be 400 pixels, and I would like to go with the margin top, and it would be minus 200 pixels. Then I would like to go with the margin left, and margin left again it would be minus 200 pixels. Then I want to have some border radius, not just border but border radius, and this time the border radius would be 2 pixels. I want to have some box shadow, so for this I'm going to use the box shadow property, and the value for this would be 10 pixels, then 10 pixels, 5 pixels, 0, and color I want to go with black. Now I want to have some overflow property, overflow overflow, and here I want it to be hidden. Now I would like to go with some background, and the background color for this I would like to go with 4042050 sorry. Okay. Excuse me. And then for the color, text color, this would be white, black, and then background again, and this time I would like to go with 4 F9 and 2 DF. Let me save it. Let's move on to the browser, and I think that I didn't attach my style sheet well with this, so yep, where I mistook. So actually my style sheet isn't within the folders, that's why it is not working well. Let's bring it back and let me save it, and it's, yep, it is working. Before it wasn't within the folder, that's why it wasn't working, it wasn't linked well, but now it is. So this is what we have done so far. Now let's create, let me show you now what is our target. Now we have to create this button. We have prepared this frame, and until now we didn't give any effect to the frame, but we have just the shadow and the text. But now we are going to make a button. So here within the style main.css page, I'm going to go with what? I'm going to go with button element, and here we have the button. So the button class, I'm using this button class here, and for the button I want to have a position here absolute. Now I want to go with the top of 0, left would be 0 again, and the right would be 0 again, and bottom 0. I want to go with margin, and I'm using overall margin, and now I'm going to use the height, and height would be 50 pixels. I want to go with the width, this would be 250 pixels, and the background would be white. I want to have a box shadow, and this would be 10 pixels, and again 10 pixels, and in 0, 10 pixels, 10 pixels, and 0. And then I want to go with some color here, and the color would be 020644. I want to have some text alignment here, and for this text align center, and font weight, it would be bold. Let me bring it in the middle of the screen, then it would be easy for you guys. I'm working with the button class, and here font weight bold. I want to have a transition effect here, some transition here, and this transition will be all for 0.5 seconds, and there would be no text decoration, so text decoration none. Now I want to go with the button hover effect, and for this I want to use the transform property with translate, and I mistook here, let me have a colon here, translate, and here I want to have 10 pixels, and then 10 pixels. Now I want to go with some box shadow, box shadow property, and this would be minus 10 pixels. and then minus 10 pixels again, and 0. And the color, this time I would like to go with white. I want to have some background, and the background would be 044396, kind of blue, actually blue. And then color, this would be white again. And cursor, I want a pointer. Let's save it, move on to the browser. Wow, we have done. So we have done with the button, okay, but we haven't done with this frame. I need to use this. I want to have a hover effect over the frame also, that when I hover over my mouse on the frame, it gives me the blue shadow. Right now it is black, but when I hover over it, the shadow changes its color to the blue. So I want this blue color, and the button is working well here. Let me show you. Let me remove this one, and this is what we have done here. The shadow is not changing when I hover over my mouse, so I want this shadow should be blue, and the button is working well and it looks nice. Let's move on and start here, not here actually. After the frame, let's have a frame hover effect, and this would be frame hover. Here I want to go with a box shadow, and the box shadow would be 10 pixels, and then 5 pixels, then 0, and color, I just want to say dark blue. And let me change the cursor also here, cursor pointer. Let's save it, move on to the browser. Wow, it's working nice. And you guys can see when I hover over the mouse, when I hover mouse over this frame, it gives me a blue shadow, and when I hover over the button changes, it transforms. So I hope that you guys like this. If you guys like this, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you with in other interesting topic in the next video. So hasta la vista, ciao ciao.